rise up, black people. We need to stop being programmed. When are we going to rise up? Our homes are in shambles. Our relationships are just so fractured. Mother against daughter, father against son. There's no harmony, there's no peace. You have to struggle so hard, people can't even think about loving each other because they're working so hard to figure out how they're going to pay the rent, how they're going to feed you, and how they're going to get away from these cops that are stopping and frisking you and asking you, what are you doing here? And you're on your own freaking doorstep, in your own community. Yeah, we need to be outraged. We don't need to be. Hillary is not talking about anything. She never talks. She's never talking about anything that helps us. Don't be hoodwinked. Don't be bamboozled. It's the same Hillary. She has not changed. She's a puppet, and she has a dirty Clinton political machine, and she wants power by any means necessary. She wants to be the president. And it's not to help us. It's not even to help white women. She's just power hungry. She just want to be the man. You understand? She want to be the man. So we need to recognize she's not a friend of us, of people of color. She's not. She's an enemy, and she has been. Yes, and people need to wake up and realize that even the millennials, the younger white women, they're not even looking at her. They're not even thinking of her. They're going to Bernie Sanders. You know? They said, hell, I went to college and I'm coming out of college with $100,000 worth of debt. I can't get married if I want. I can't even think about having any children. This financial disparity between the haves and the have-nots is real to me. This is the only group of college students that are coming out with that kind of debt and no health care. So wake up and smell the coffee, my sisters and brothers. We did this before for the Clintons. And yes. And then Donald Trump, Trump is his real name is Trump. And they had the nerve to change it to Trump. But he claims he doesn't know David Duke. Do you believe that? He don't know, you know. He never heard of a supremacist, a white supremacist. I mean, he's so knowledgeable about everything else, but this he never heard of. Can you imagine? And David Duke has praised him, and David Duke is endorsing him, and David Duke is telling people that if they go against him, vote against him, it's treason. That's what he said. He says he talks like us, and he knows what we need. That's right. So get ready. Put on your seatbelts. We need to come up with a freedom party. We need to come up with another party because we don't have a choice between the Democrats and the Republicans. Utri's lead say they're a duopoly. They're the same thing. They don't mean us any good at all. So we don't have a choice. We need to rise up. People are ready for anybody except these Democrats and these Republicans. They're ready. I believe a baboon could get elected at this point because people are too through. I mean, this is not just local politics. This is not just I mean, this is national. And guess what? It's happening all over the world. In every country you go and people are fed up because the poor people have no food, they have no jobs, they're running from place to place, they're getting bombed. At least we're not getting bombed. But this is going on. These corporations are global thieves. They're not, they're global, international thieves. These multimillionaires and billionaires. And the everyday person is getting jerked in every country, in every economy. It's not just happening here. One of our great announcements is that we're having Dick Gregory as a speaker on Saturday, March the 5th. Let's give a round of applause. Yes. And guess what I heard tonight? Now, I know you have a ticket that you received tonight in your package, and it says the doors are going to open at 8:30, and Dick Gregory is going to be the speaker at the Cotton Club in Harlem, in the country of Harlem, okay? But I heard Chairman Alton Maddox is going to introduce Dick Gregory, and he's going to speak for about an hour or an hour and a half. So don't come early and get a seat. You need to call because it's $40 if you don't want to have dinner, and it's $70 if you want to have the buffet. But come and enjoy. Let's enjoy the evening together as a family, because Arthur can't just introduce the great Dick Gregory. He got to lay it out. You can't introduce Dick Gregory with a sentence or two. Arthur got to lay it out, because that's how fabulous the human rights activist Dick Gregory is. So we're getting 2 for 1. We're getting the great Alton H. Maddox Jr. and the great Dick Gregory Saturday at the Cotton Club. Let's give a round of applause for that. And if you look at your program for tonight, you also have an enclosure honoring the legacy of Dick Gregory. And this is for tonight, but it's directly related to the big event Saturday. Also, May 27th through the 30th, 2016, is the Gullah Festival in Beaufort, South Carolina. Make your reservations now. Space is limited. I had one more thing I wanted to tell you about. There was an article in the New York Times. That's a good word for it, my brother. I appreciate that. Also, there's something on YouTube. It's called Bill Clinton Rape. It turns out that Bill Clinton is a serial rapist. Yes. Go to YouTube. Just put Bill Clinton rape. No, but I'm saying that the media is a weapon, okay? The media is the fourth weapon. And the media ignores a lot of things. And they play up what they want, okay? But the media is silent on certain things. And they're silent on that. They don't say anything about Hillary or Bill until they get ready, because they have a reason to do it. But these things are out there. So I want you to be aware of that. Oh, here it is. New York Times. Suit alleges persistent sexual abuse of female inmates in New York State prison. You know this has been going on forever. When Tawana Brawley was found, first thing she said, white cops. White cops. Sexual abuse of female inmates is persistent in New York, that they openly disregard policies on such behavior. That's irrelevant. It's a disgrace. Disgrace. The lawsuit also claims that the system for investigating complaints of staff sexual misconduct in women's prisons is inadequate and puts women who report abuse at risk of retaliation. Despite the purported zero tolerance policy of the Department of Corrections and the community supervision, the suit alleges a culture has been created that is functionally indifferent to the risk of abuse. It is allowed to persist and to flourish, the suit says, in violation of the inmates' rights. The lawsuit, which is replete with detailed allegations of guards involved in forcible sexual intercourse and other forms of sexual misconduct. Same thing. Different place, same behavior. Verbal threats, harassment, voyeurism. Some people just want to watch. Seeks class action status on behalf of all current and future inmates. Oh, they did go class action, I hope so. And the 3 all women's prisons operated by the department. That's Bedford Hills, Taconic, and Albion Correctional Facilities. The department spokesman, Thomas Maley, said, the agency takes all allegations of sexual abuse seriously. Though the department does not comment on pending litigation, he said, it thoroughly investigates each claim expeditiously to ensure that appropriate action is taken against any perpetrator in violation. That's BS, we know that. We know that. So, this is what's going on in the criminal and justice system with our women there.
What is the date of that New York Times article?
The date is I think it was it's every day, but it's dated February 25th, 2016 by Benjamin Weiser. 25. Okay. The suit filed in federal district court in Manhattan does not seek damages. Rather, it asks a judge to oversee the development of remedies to end what it calls the pattern of sexual misconduct at the women's prisons, where the plaintiffs are housed. It also demands changes in how the department investigates complaints and disciplines officers. So we're gonna watch that. Basis in the belly of the beast. How our women, our mothers, our sisters, our aunts, our cousins, that's how they're treated. So we're gonna watch this and we're gonna take action on this. And at this time, this is the moment that everyone has been waiting for. We're ready to we're ready to welcome our guest, Diana Ayana Gregory was raised with a deep awareness of the human rights movement. She had to be with a father like she had. Great man. The most important relationship that a woman has is the one between her and her father. It really establishes and lays a pattern for how you relate with other men. I can I can imagine what it must be like to be the daughter of such a great man, so knowledgeable, so insightful, so wise. Ayana's musical roots are diverse, and she has interacted with such musical giants like Bob Marley, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and Michael Jackson. So I'm not going to prolong the time. I'm going to ask you to just rise to your feet and let us give a round of applause to the lovely and talented Ayana Gregory. Welcome to United African Music Institute. You are home. Your father is one of us, okay? Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate you, Doctor.
Want me to move that podium? Right there. I'll put it where you can see it, that's all. Right there. Or will us there, you see it around.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. And y'all can give us some water. Somebody give us some water. No more living small, no more giving just a little, no more being shy, no more staying in the middle. We about to take flight, so you better hold on. Flying through the night, put your night vision on. With the eye of the eagle, the heart of a lion, the wings of an angel that keep me flying. Light as a feather, cause a smile every day. Love in my heart, I give it away. Places we will go, things that we will see. Heaven only knows all that we will be. The magic that you have, if you only knew who you really are, the things that you could do. Hey, stop people when you're gonna shine like the light you are. Hey, stop people, they can't hold you back cause you come too far. Hey, stop people, the planets in the galaxy are calling you. Hey, stop people. It's time for you to do what you came to do. It's time for you to do what you came to do. It's time for you to do what you came to do. It's time for you to do what you came to do. It's time for you to do what you came to do. It's time for you to do what you came to do. It's time for you to do what you came to do. I am a daughter of the struggle. You know my father. You know my mother. I was born with wise eyes and a strong back. I was built for this.
All right.
As a little girl, I didn't know that life had seasons and that rain was just as necessary as sun. It's a critical time now.
Yes.
A time to remember and recall who we are. It's a time to plant pure seeds and watch yourself transform back into yourself. There you will enter a world where the phoenix flies, warriors rise, and beautiful flowers bloom. It is the best of times, it is the worst of times, and baby, we are right on time.
Yes, we are.
We right on time.
Right.
We right on time.
Right on.
In the midst of all of the information that we gather about all of the atrocities that have been done to our people for thousands of years, let us not forget our own passion.
All right.
Let us not spend so much time reacting that we forget that we are the original impactors to the planet. We were here first, which means we are the caretakers of the planet.
That's right.
Which means if there's some children acting out, the elders are responsible for restoring the order.
That's right.
But if the children have Anybody that comes in our path every moment of the day and be ready to go to blows says so much about, and still we rise. They have poisoned us and still we smile because they can't touch this. They can't touch this. There's another level of shape shifting and magic making that they medicine can't do nothing about. And that's what I came to see.
Go ahead.
All that information is great, but there's a higher order of things. There's a higher order that can stomp out the foolishness.
Right.
Grandma, you come from that breath.
Yes.
That's the breath you got. Granddaddy, you got that. Don't forget who we are. In the midst of talking about who they think we are, I can't spend too much time on that no more. We have done that for so long.
Yes. Yes.
Mama, Queen, the source of the power. Can I talk about my mama for a moment? Can I talk about the woman that nobody ever really got to see because she was behind the scenes making sure my daddy stayed alive? Huh? Can I hit you with a big record? Huh? Let me tell you about Mama Lillian. See, there's the plug in the socket. My mama is the socket. But without the socket, that plug ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. But the socket usually does not need much recognition. Black woman, you know how y'all do. Doing for everybody else, forget your needs. You're taking care of things.
Yes. Yes.
In 1969, my parents were on travel in London during the Vietnam War. And some Korean friends of theirs showed them footage of the My Lai massacre. Innocent men, women, and children in South Vietnam being murdered by U.S. Army soldiers. The footage had not yet been brought to the United States. So you gotta understand the family I grew up in. We grew up with phone taps. We grew up with death threats. We grew up knowing that my father was an enemy of the state because my parents didn't keep it from us. They couldn't keep it from us. At 8 years old, when there's a white man on the other end saying to you that they want to kill your father, you have to begin to try to wrap your 8-year-old brain around it. So they couldn't keep it from us. And the power of my daddy is that he used comedy and humor to defame the viciousness and the poison. And said, that's your poison. You got to hold that. That's your doo-doo. You got to stand. That's not on me. So he used the humor and the comedy to really bring light to the truth. And recognize in African people, we have always laughed to keep from crying and dying. We have always used the resilience of our smile to say hallelujah anyhow. Back to my mom. So my daddy is trying to figure out how he was going to get this footage of the My Lai massacre in the United States without being killed.
Right.
There had been many attempts on his life. He knew that this would be a nearly impossible task because they was on him. So he gave the footage to the superhero, otherwise known as Lillian Gregory, my mom. She flew by herself about just love. While they were trying to poison my mom. She made it home on Monday for Michelle's dance recital. And she was responsible for forcing the U.S. government to break the story because they knew that Dick Gregory and his wife had the footage, so they had to break it before they did. The same footage that would be responsible for helping to end the Vietnam War. But see, my mama stayed in the background because she wasn't about all that. She was pregnant, 8 months pregnant with the twins, Pamela and Paula, in 1963. And I didn't know who she was. I didn't know who my mama was. I mean, I knew I didn't know who my daddy was because he was always gone. I didn't really understand who he was. He was always away, helping to save the world. But my mama, I knew. Doctor, cook, she was a teacher. She was, figuring out homework and signing, slips for school and trying to figure out how to get to 5 different soccer games on Saturdays because it was 10 of us. 7 girls and 3 boys. And one day I was about 12 years old and I was going through her drawers and I found this old Jet magazine with my mother on the cover from 1966. And it said, Lillian Gregory, Rebel with a Cause. I dropped that Jet out of my hand because I was chills went up my spine. I said, I don't know who she is because my mama not a rebel. I know my daddy a rebel, but my mama, she stays with us every day just holding the fort down. And I open up the Jet magazine and I see images of my mama giving speeches, getting arrested, go to jail. And I said, Mama, how come you never showed us this? She said, go in there. I said, what's really going on? And then as I got older, I began to travel and folk began to whisper things in my ears about who she was. I went down to Selma. They said, your mama was in that jail cell right there for women. They said she went in one night and they were going to let her out the next night because she was Dick Gregory's wife, but she refused to leave. She stayed 2 extra weeks, pregnant, 8 months pregnant with the twins, because she said, I ain't leaving until all of the women get to go. Attorney General at the time, Robert Kennedy, called the jailhouse to check on Lillian. She said she was fine. He said, Ms. Lillian, can I arrange to get you something? Maybe a cold pop. He arranged to get her that cold soda, and she shared it with every single other sister in that jail cell. Talk about a superhero. You don't know who you are. You know who you are. So they can't touch this. They can't touch this. Black man. The mere sight of you make them talking about the sight. And everything that you participate in that you think is hard, that ain't hard. This is a freedom song meant to go around the world. Critical time everywhere in the world. Wake up, cause we stand at war. Ask yourself, what are you living for? So you say you're a no-limit soldier, but you're living off the lies that they told you about what and who you are. You ain't never been a thug. You was born a star. With all the ice and the platinum chains, I guess slavery has a new name. We rich gets to win again. Every time we hurt each other for material ends. Baby girl, your body not for show. The money you give can't feed your soul. Don't you know you hold the world in your hands? So change the game, respect yourself. The world will follow. Warriors rise. See the fire in your eyes. Take back your life, take back your life. Warriors rise. I see the fire in your eyes. Take back your life, take back your life. Today we really living in some troublesome times. The truth has been hidden. There's a war on our minds. The values they gave we have internalized. Oppression so deep, we are desensitized. As we stand in the final hour, you can't afford to give away your power. Don't sleep off the lies they tell. They think you're gonna fall, but they don't know you well. Earth is gonna tremble, you just stand your ground. Warriors have faith and when your strength is found. Yes, I realize the battle is hard. We gonna go to war with the armor of God. Let your fire burn down all hypocrisy and rebirth the world ready to be free. Dream a life beyond what you see and finally become what you were meant to be. Warriors rise, see the fire in your eyes. Take back your life, take back your life. Warriors rise. I see the fire in your eyes. Take back your life. Take back your life. Time that we take back our lives. It's time that we recognize that everything that comes out of our mouths is so powerful, and that energy translates into tangible form. We are God. We are co-creators.
Yes.
The thoughts you think and words that you speak have power and they travel. And what we thinking and planning for is affecting folks all the way across the planet. And we take our bodies for granted. And we don't even think about the fact that we didn't have to ask our bodies to breathe.
Right.
We don't have to ask our eyelids to blink. I mean, just right now as we sitting and standing here, we have 62,000 miles of blood vessels running through our body, each one of us. And if you were to just spread those out, just each one of us, they would wrap around the planet Earth 2 times with 12,000 miles left over. We want to talk about all these powerful things outside of ourselves. But what about the things that God made? That don't need no help. Don't need no assistance because it was already perfect from the jump. Your blood is traveling at a rate of 124,000 miles a minute. 7,500,000 miles an hour, 180 million miles a day, and we think a jet plane is fast. Please. Everything that you could ever imagine needing, you were born with. I talk to these young kids and say, "Oh, you may have a head trip about, oh, I'm not good at math, I'm not good at science." You understand what's running through your DNA, baby boy, baby girl? Do you know that it's impossible for you to fail unless you choose to? Because your supercomputer is just that perfect. If you were to take the information out of your supercomputer and put it in a man-made computer, it would crash on sight. On sight. Our subconscious remembers and resonates and connects with everything that we have ever experienced from the womb. From the womb. So when you hear people, oh, they got a photographic memory. They're genius. That's some linear, European, white, limited nonsense. Because when you are connected with the one source, you can't touch that. And it's all there. And all we have to do is say we are willing to let go of all the isms and the osms and things we tried to force on it and say, let it go and just let me show up and say, Creator, I know you got it. I know you got it. You don't always have to come prepared knowing what to say. If you come showing your sincerity, your authenticity, what needs to be said will show up in the moment. Because it ain't about being prepackaged. Life is happening right now. And it's moving at a laser-like speed. That's why these babies, when you see these touch screens and you see these 6-month-olds that know, I mean, I got a niece, she's 1 year old and she's moving the computer better than I can. And I'm like, they moving at light speed. And while I'm not such a huge fan of computers, because I'm just moving a little bit slower, I recognize that what these young people are representing is that word, sound, power. It's moving faster now. So it's about being able to adapt to not cultural trends and styles, but paying attention to what the earth is saying to you. As crazy and chaotic as it is right now, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Because we were built for this. We were built for this. We were built for this. That's why we got here. That's why we came here. There's no question that we were placed here at this time, at this place for a reason. And so sometimes you got to turn the TV off. Sometimes you got to turn the cell phone off, shut the computer down, even the the information gatherer. Sometimes you got to make sure that you connected to the intuitive self that goes beyond information. Everybody has a place. I know what my place is. I can't duplicate Dick Gregory. I can't duplicate Lillian Gregory. I had to listen to what it was the universe was saying to me. We make history every single day that we breathe breath, because there ain't never going to be another you in the history of the planet. So what is it that you came to bring at this hour, a most critical hour? And no mistake that we were born to be able to be right here, right now, at the worst of times and the best of times, and that we are right on time. That's huge. This moment is huge. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. What we see, what we think we see is not really what we see. And some of the things that we think are turned upside down are really right side. It's about paying attention and being in tune, because you ain't got to pay attention to the television if you in alignment with the earth. If you're in alignment with the planet. When there's a full moon, before I'm even looking up and realizing what's going on, I'm feeling all types of changes going on through my body. And sometimes we got all this energy that we don't know how to channel, so we wilding out, we flipping out on other people. And what it is, we have so much magic
All right.
This is a song I wrote for the young people that I work with, that I'm here with y'all. Y'all ready? So when I point to you, the synergy of sound is so powerful. This musical warfare is huge. So when I point to you, I want you to do this with me. Y'all ready? I want you to go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Y'all ready? Next, here we go. Uh-huh. Alright? That was about maybe 20 people, but I need everybody in the room. Alright? Stop playing. Here we go. Uh-huh. That's what I'm talking about. I'm about to get drunk up in here. Uh-huh. Have you ever had a day where everything went wrong? Say what? I was feeling kind of low. That's why I wrote the song. Say what? When your family and your friends, when they don't understand. Say what? The pain that's in your heart, you try to share what you can. Say what? Survive in the rain, survive in the pain. Rise, butterfly, remember your name. Survive in the rain, survive in the pain. Rise, butterfly, remember your name. Say name, name. Name. So whenever you're that person you feel you can't go on, say what? The strength that's in your heart has been there all along. Say what? On the wings of faith you'll fly and see the heaven's eyes. Say what? When life may bring down, but like the doesn't rise. Say what? Survive in the rain, survive in the pain. Rise, butterfly, remember your name. Survive in the rain, survive in the pain. Rise, butterfly, remember your name. Say name. Name. Everybody mess with the power, spirit and power. We shine our darkest hour. Loving how we handle our business, the world is a witness. They can't imitate the hitness, living with the world on our shoulders. But we be two soldiers, it's becoming like we told you. Even with the legacy stolen, we pushing and holding. We give them a life, we golden. What? We give them a life, we golden. What? We give them a life, we golden. What? Everybody do this, y'all ready? Everybody say, whoa, yo, yo. Whoa, watch me fly. I can fly so high. Say oochka, achka, achka. Say oochka, achka, achka. Say rock to the top, to the top, top. Rock to the top, to the top, top. Oh yeah, yeah. We are the love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love. Yeah. Can I share one more song with y'all? I'm going to share this last piece with you entitled Now. The best thing that ever happened to me as a professional musician is that I forgot the words on stage one day. It was the best thing that ever happened to me as a professional musician, and I'm going to tell you why. Because until that moment, I didn't realize the magic that existed in the now. And here's the irony of the song that I was singing. I was singing a song of Lauryn Hill's from her unplugged album called Get Out the Box. But I wasn't ready to get out the box. So God said, we're going to make you forget the words. And so there was this pivotal moment where, as a professional, your stuff needs to be proper. And so what I normally would have done on occasions like that was signal to my guitarist to go back to the beginning, because we're going to try this again without the audience knowing, and I'm going to get it right. But something in that moment said, no, don't do that. Tell on yourself, take a chance, tell some stories. I was petrified because I was not, up until that point, at all comfortable with being in the moment. And I wasn't comfortable with the essence of who I was because I was afraid of it. I was afraid of what lied there. What was beyond those doors that I could see. The unseen.
Yeah.
And when I moved into that place and I jumped off that cliff not knowing how I would land, it was the most beautiful thing that changed my musical life, because that's when I realized that music for me was really church. And that this was the opportunity for me to have the Creator speaking directly to me. And that's when everything changed. And that's when I understood music was, in fact, my healing. And that it wasn't about me trying to write songs to help other people only. It was about healing myself first.
Yeah. Yes.
Some of us are able to give but have a problem receiving.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We feel empowered in the giving position, but it feels vulnerable to receive.
Right.
When we throw off that balance, the yin and the yang, when we are not able and ready to do both at all times. There is a giving and a receiving that's happening in every single moment.
Yes, ma'am.
African people, we are everything we have ever dreamed we were, and so much more. So before you go to bed tonight, have a moment of grace where you just smile in the calmness and the stillness. That if you never uttered another word, if you never made another movement, that everything is still going to be done.
Yeah.
And the war is still going to be won.
Yes, ma'am.
Allow your intentions to align with the God that lives inside of you. Stop fighting that God.
Yes.
And just give in. And just say, you got it. I don't have to figure it out because you got it. And that's the voice that will never do you wrong. It will never steer you wrong. It will never be wrong. It is always right. That's what my father talks about, the mother tongue. I mean, there's some things that cannot be relayed in English, y'all.
Yes.
There's some things that cannot be relayed in language that's taught by human beings of any language. There's another kind of communication, and that is where we are at now.
Right.
That's where we're at now. That's why babies, they ain't worried about y'all. They ain't worried about me. They have figured it all out because they're coming from the ancient world. They just fresh off the ancestors.
Yeah.
So they're not worried how to read and write and all that. They know that.
Yes, ma'am. True.
We're going to dumb them down to read and write.
Yeah.
With their magic. It can't be that way. So pay attention to these young men. Because they got so much to teach us.
Yes.
They keep me on point every day. They be telling the truth. You be walking, they call your stuff like, you're like, dang. Did she just say that to me? I got a little snaggle tooth down bottom on my right left side. So I was teaching kindergarten. And, you know, they lose teeth at 5 and 6. They gonna say something. Mama Yana, the tooth fairy coming for you. I said, really? That's how you gonna shots fired? Really? Like that's how y'all gonna do it? And they just come up with the love and they honest. And that's where it's at. We don't have time to lie no more. Okay. I have spoken enough. I'm gonna do this last song. The best way that I can communicate honestly the essence of who I am and what the Creator gave me is truth through music. So if you would do me the honor of allowing me to share this last song with you, it is entitled Now. I wrote this song after I had ended a relationship and I felt totally broken and I had forgotten who I was and I couldn't figure out how I had gotten there. And so I had to go back. I had to go way back to figure out how did you get here? Because it had nothing to do with him. He was the reflection of what you was already asking to pull up.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out why he's bringing me all of this. It's like, no, baby, you co-created this reality. And it's not a judgment. The universe is exact.
Yes.
It's not a good and bad. We put the good and bad on it.
Yes.
The lesson is there. And in this lesson, a song came through me to help heal me entitled Now. And I want to share it with you right now. About 4 years ago, I was in India. And before I left, my father, he asked if I was going to go to the Taj Mahal. And I said, yes, Daddy. And he said, baby girl, just remember one thing. If you don't take it with you, you won't find it there. That's a little bit Gregory. So some of y'all might not get that till tomorrow. But you know my daddy. Always played the victim role to satisfy my need to be right. Always feeling so alone, neglected by the men in my life. But they were just doing what I wanted. See, they were just giving me what I gave. And now I want the real thing. So let it be a new path I pave. Yeah, 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 yeah. Afraid of my destiny. Who am I to live to be? The universe keeps blessing me. Every single time I renege, I'm filled with insecurity. I'm sabotaging royalty into planned mediocrity. A self-fulfilled prophecy. I'm so afraid to let them see who is she. I know that I want more. What am I waiting for? I think I'm ready now. Forget what they told me. World can't hold me. You know that you want more. What are you waiting for? I think you're ready now. Forget what they told you. Well, I choose a different path now. I choose the higher road. I don't have to be right no more. Cause in the end, only God knows. See, all I am is dust in the wind. And I'll return again. And freedom has made me sure. And this time, I'm seeking so much more. I'm seeking so much more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now I'ma face my fears. See, I'm not gonna close my eyes. I stand naked before you. See, I release my disguise. And baby, now that I'm free. And baby, now that I'm free. Baby, now that I'm free, yeah. I can fall in love with me. I can fall in love with me, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that I want more. What am I waiting for? Forget what they told me. World can't hold me. You know that you want more. What are you waiting for? I think you're ready now. Forget what they told you. Hey. La 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 la. La 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 la. What are you afraid of? It's your time to shine. There is no gift greater than now. Right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right now. I know that I want more. What am I waiting for? I think I'm ready now. Forget what they told me. World can't hold me. You know that you want more. What are you waiting for? I think you're ready now. Forget what they told you. Hey. Smiling now, I feel forever. Golden heart light as a feather. Finally ready now. Don't need to know how. Let go, breathe into the smiling now. I feel forever. Golden heart light as a feather. I'm finally ready now. I don't need to know how. Let go, breathe into the. You will find joy. Just remember. Your happiness lives within the let go, breathe and enter into the now. The now. You will find joy, just remember. You will find joy, just remember. Your happiness lives within the breathe, everybody breathe. Into the now, welcome to the now. See, I know that I want more. What am I waiting for? I think I'm ready. Forget what they told me. See, this world can't hold me. And you know that you want more. What are you waiting for? I know you're ready now. Forget what they told you. Yeah. World can't hold not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right here and right now. Let's give another round of applause. Ayana Gregory, songstress, writer, dramatist, educator, and activist, the daughter of the beloved Gregory. And this is the most important part of our event tonight. This is a part which everyone is expected to participate. The reason these doors are open tonight, the reason we have literature, the reason we are able to be here for 28 years is because we do take a liberal donation and a collection. This is your time. You say you black nationalists. You say you love your people. You say you love your community. You say you love automatics and automatics. This is the time when you can show your love. This is the time when you can Like young folks say, don't talk about it, be about it. You know? You don't have to make a lot of noise, but do something significant tonight. We can look at those good presidents, those dirty, rotten slave drivers that are on these dollar bills. Take them and throw them in the basket. Get rid of them. It's filthy, they vile slave drivers. We want more. We want the Benjamins tonight. We don't want no change. Have it, it's all right, but we really want the 20s and 50s and 100s. We have a $1.2 trillion economy. That's what we have in our hands, as Marcus Garvey said. That's the kind of money we have in our hands. You know, we buy whatever we want to buy. Sometimes we can't get it on time, but at one time, but we get it on time. We pay down on it. Please come out. Please come out and do the very best you can. Do the very best you can. Show your love. We're family here tonight. I don't know if we have any guests here tonight. First time. It look like all family, brothers and sisters. If it's any first time guests here, I would like to know because this all look like just us here tonight. So you know what we do. Do your thing, my brothers and sisters. Show your love. Show your love. You cannot pay the chairman, Attorney Alton Maddox. He has given his life for this community. He has given his life. He and his wife have struggled here, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. We love him today. He stand up here, he teach us from the bottom of his heart. He's sweating, breaking out his sweat, standing up here for hours. You know how he teaches. He teach hard. I sat under Dr. John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben. None of them teach hard like the great Alton H. Maddox Jr. Sometimes you don't even sit down. I know he'd be in pain, he'd be sweating, but he'd be breaking it down for us. Trying to make it like milk so we can understand it. Trying to help us to understand it. We love him today. Let's honor him in his absence. Another round of applause for the great attorney at law, Chairman Alton H. Maddox Jr. And to be able to bless him wherever he is. I'm looking forward to seeing him Saturday night with the great Dick Gregory. That's a 2-for-1. You can't miss it. Be there, be square. That's going to be the place to be. Up in Harlem. Come on out. Come on out and be with us, family. We're going to have a good time up in Harlem. Make your reservations. It's limited space. You need to call. You need to call that 212 number. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to have a paper and pen so I can take notes. Come on, go for that second pull. I know you got that stash sitting there kind of waiting for me to take the second pull. I'm calling it right now. Let's get it out the way. Pull it out. You know how we do it. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your love, my sisters and brothers. This is just the kind of people we are. They can't hold us down. They can't get us. We're too strong, too black. United African movement. We're not ashamed to say we're African. We're not ashamed to say we're unapologetically African. The only organization we call ourselves United African Movement. Not Negro, not Black American, not Caribbean. African. We're real clear on who we are. And not ashamed to say so. I thank the Creator for Alton H. Maddox Jr. for the vision he has. He's able to articulate it clearly, break it down. He's able to execute it, okay? But are we able to follow? That's the question. Do we have enough in us to follow his direction? We have a great leader. But we've been so depressed and paralyzed, immobilized, that we can't get up and do it. Let's wake up. Let's rise up. Our sister Ayana was talking about rising up, and also Pastor Dennis Dillon just did a Rise Up Black America event, and I'm reminded of Bob Marley's song. You know, I don't remember all the words, but it's get up. No, what is it? Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't forget the fight. This one, that's what I'm talking about. It's time to the time is now, my brothers and sisters. The war is trouble. It's our time now. I know y'all tired. You said we went through this, we went through that, but guess what? Everything is in the Creator's timing. The time is right now. This is our time. We've been walked on, we've been hung, we've been raped, we've been robbed. Still we rise. We still here. And it's our time now. Don't give up now. Don't give up the fight now. This is our time. This is the time of the Cushite. This is our time. They're watching us all over the world. Whatever we say, they dropping that language. Whatever we wear, they changing their clothes and wearing what we wear. However, when we walk, they got that word. Whatever kind of swagger we got going on, they pick sacrifice. So patient tonight. I hope you all supported Black Wall Street. You know, we have our brother Peavy, who's bringing us delicious, healthy food. You don't have to go to that Chinaman. You have to go to that Indian man. Who knows what you're eating? We have food here, good, clean food at affordable price. Cook not yesterday, last week at Folsom. Cook today. Fresh food. We need to buy black. Buy black. Take your money and buy from black owned, black operated. We got the Black Wall Street right here. It's nowhere else but right here. Buy black. Support our Reginald peavy. Let's give him a round of applause. He's faithful. I come here hungry and tired, but I'm finished with Brother Peavy's plate. I'm ready to rock and roll. Okay? I'm energized. I'm inspired. So we thank the Creator for the brother because he has a vision. And he's executing his vision. He's making it work to support our beloved chairman and his queen, Sister Leola, United African Movement, and he still have a few dollars to put a little gas in his car and give his wife a little token of love too. I think it's a beautiful vision, and it works for all of us. One last announcement. Reverend Dillon is going to continue with his Rise Up Black America events. We recognize that the community for economic justice was given to us by Malcolm X as well as Martin Luther King. Said that we need to spend our money wisely and stop spending it in places where we're disrespected and ignored. So we're going to be continuing with that. And on the 27th of March, which is a Sunday, he's going to have 2 Rise Up events right here at 1061 Atlantic Avenue, 12 noon and 3 p.m. And he wants people to come, people that are unchurched. There's some people, they're not going to church on Sunday, but they need to follow leadership. And they want to know what to do with that $1.2 trillion that they have. And we want you to come here on the 27th for the Rise Up Black America event, where he's laying down his steps to redeem, revive, and retool Black America and Black New York. This is going national. We starting here in the Republic of Brooklyn, but we're going to the 5 boroughs, and then we're going national. Economic is the peace. That's the only thing that cracker understands. When you affect his profit margin. And we have been buying too much stuff from them. We're getting ready to learn how to economize. The community for economic justice is going to be a national program. It's starting right here. Sunday, March 27th, 12 noon and 3 o'clock. Be here. Let's have a round of applause. Thank you. At this time, we're going to welcome back our beloved sister, Diana Gregory. We're going to ask you, if you have questions, to please come now and line up at the mic. If you have some questions for our guest, our questions for our speaker of the evening, you can line up at the mic. This mic right here, you can line up at the mic. Let's do things decently and in order. We're not going to have a long question time, but we want you to speak to her in public. Don't bum rush her on her seat. Let her rest. She's getting a break right now. I believe she has a CD that's available. I would love to announce it and market it for her. It says Diana Gregory, I Dream a World. And it's a mixtape. It's lyrics that she wrote and copyrighted. It's only $10. But you know, that's nothing for us. We spend $4 billion a year on potato chips. So something that's going to inspire you and give you peace and help you to focus on the things that are important and help you to free yourself from the oppressor. That's what you need. I dream a world. Learn. Your name. Brilliant people. UNITY. Unity. And wake up, everybody. It sounds good to me. Let's give a round of applause for this. It's in the house tonight. Get it. At this time, you're back in the hands of our beloved sister, the daughter of our beloved Dick Gregory, the lovely and talented Diana Gregory. Let's give her a round of applause. Feel wonderful.
How you feel, Miss Gregory? My name is Michael. I just want to thank you for coming in, singing to us, because, you could have been anywhere in the world. So I want to thank you for your activism. And I also want to be able to give you something. I can't give you much, but I want to be able to give you something. I read a book by a guy by the name of Randy West. He's a jazz musician. And I'm just saying, in your travels, I want you to be able to grab that autobiography and read it, because it's going to take to you like glue. And I also want you to understand, in that book, he made a comment, like he said, culture and music. He said, you always respect that. So when you get a chance, get the autobiography of Randy West. He's a jazz musician. Please, sister. Thank you.
He's from Brooklyn.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. There's I just took it. Now it's on. There's a custom among our people of the Ivory Coast where the drummer must recite these words before giving the information to the village. Every word is the word. The word is easy and difficult. If one must speak, then they must speak clearly and they must speak the truth. I bring you all the truth I know. So it's so good to see you again. Thank you for that. Love you, sis. So let me just share this, that this had to be about 10 years ago when I was involved, the way I'm involved here with the Institute of the Black World, Ron Daniels. And my job was to get the speakers from the airport, bring them to the house of the Lord, take care of them while they were there. And she was one of the people that I had to pick up. And I asked her, did she know her father when he was fat? And she laughed and she said no. And she was younger than me. So I remember when Dick Gregory was fat. So in terms of being, there are no mistakes, accidents, or coincidences. We seen the video. I thank you for your now. I thank you for the now. And for all of us to realize that each one of us has something to do. And thank you so much. Thank you, Mama. Love you.
Peace, sister. Give her another round of applause. She did a wonderful job. Wonderful job. And I just give thanks to your wife. Yes. For this beautiful, beautiful. I mean, did you know what the colors I was going to be wearing? I said, oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. The sister just gifted me. Yes, my wife made it. Give her a round of applause. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. That's right. A lot of people know I produce. My name is King Simon, and I produce a music faithful friends. And we spoke on my radio show, and definitely, like I said, I'm about to move into that producing a play. So I usually do a lot of lectures, and I know I spoke to you about let's bring something. So we went to visit see Rain Pryor when she was in town, and I had tickets, and I wasn't able to make it. But I know, people like her and yourself who've been in the struggle from different levels. It's very phenomenal for you as the daughters to come out and do what you're doing. What has been some of the challenges with what you're doing and how you're presenting yourself to the world as far as being the child of people of the struggle, whether she was on Richard Pryor's struggle and your father, but this is happening. And of course, your father being the person that basically opened the door.
A good challenge because it was the time that it took me, the experiences that led me to a place to recognize that what I bring, only I can bring.
Yes, that's right.
And
a sister.
Thank you, Mama. See, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That's why I need my mamas around me. I love black women. And the other thing is, I think, we were always under a microscope. So, it was not easy being vegetarian in the early 1970s. Can I tell you?
I know.
Can I tell you? It was just not. We were alien. We were something that had not yet been discovered.
Right.
And my daddy, y'all know he crazy.
Yeah.
He was making things up as he went. So we were in a whirlwind.
Yes.
And it was a magical world that he was in, and he brought us where we are.
Yeah.
And so it was exciting, it was scary.
Yes.
Going to jail in my house was like a badge of honor. I can't tell you how many times brothers and sisters, my oldest sisters, Lynn and Michelle, were thrown in jail at 4 and 6 years old.
Yeah.
4 and 6 years old, separated from their mama.
Yeah.
White cops looking at them, calling them nigger, thrown in the paddy wagon, not knowing if they would see them.
Right.
2 sisters, Paula and Stephanie, at 14, they were in Greenwood, Mississippi, marching, crossing a bridge, and they thought they were going to die.
Yeah.
Negotiating life and death at that age, and not unlike many of our young people having to negotiate life and death.
Yeah.
It's real.
Right.
So the challenge for me was, as I got older, I was so identified as Dick Gregory's daughter, vegetarian, African-centered, for the people, educator. I didn't allow myself to be three-dimensional.
Okay.
I didn't allow myself to be vulnerable publicly. I didn't allow myself to show contradiction. I didn't allow those things. And then I realized that in my evolution, I had to tell on myself.
Yeah.
So I wrote a play called Daughter of the Struggle, and in that play, I tell on myself. I talk about, things that I would never have admitted in the past. When Daddy was gone, we were sneaking stuff we weren't supposed to have. I was like, Daddy was gone, I'm trying to find me some now ladies, a piece of chicken. It's real, the struggle was real. So it took, there was a lot of real talk. There was a lot of resistance to some of the things that my father was teaching us because he was just figuring it out for himself. So each generation gets better. So now, my nieces and nephews and their children, they have taken it to another level. So all that to say that some of the challenges have been finally allowing myself to be 360 degrees of who I am. And it's beautiful.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's good. It looks good.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's a great question. When you first open your mouth, sister, I'm sitting way in the back. I can feel the spirit of your breath, the power of the healing. And just so that confirmation, I'm not impressed with people sounding good. I'm always looking for that healing touch. And not just for me, but everybody. You see people do like this, they don't even know why, but just shaking stuff off. So you are here, that healer. And I'm just so, I thank God and I thank Sister Deidre who keeps me in touch. I didn't see her, she didn't make it here tonight, but she was always telling me about what's going on. I can't be everywhere, but today I just happen to have time to come here today. And I said, I've got to do this because every time I see you or your dad, I got to tell the story. I do a homeless magazine, and this was in Washington, D.C. before they demolished the old convention center, and I was selling my magazine. And he went in his pocket and he took out this and he put it in my hand and it looked like a $5 bill. I looked at it again, it was a 50. And I always say to people, I said, do you know what you gave me? He snatched it back. And he said, well, he said, you don't want it? So I snatched it back.
And I was ready to take off running because I know that he can run, right? So anyway, I held on to it, and I never forgot that because he never disrespected me. He always, treated me as, God called me to homeless ministry. People don't understand it. My own people don't understand it, and it's okay because I see the transition myself, and I see the vision, and which is my question. I started a party called Hip Hop Theocracy, and it stands for Homeless's Ice Cream Party for the homeless's optimum prosperity. And the definition of homelessness is great kings and queens of Africa, homeless in America. So I tell people, as I heard today, that you're more homeless than I am. Okay? Because I said, why should I want to be not homeless to struggle for that? What I'm doing is I'd rather fight the fight to transform the shelter system so that where I am in the shelter now becomes my home. You understand? That's the vision God gave me. And my own people don't want to listen to that, but God just told me put one foot in front of the other and just keep on going. So tomorrow, and I praise God for that. Thank you, sister. Tomorrow on 42nd Street is called Holy Cross Church. There is a senior center mainly for homeless elderly people. We're having a ice cream party and it's a fellowship to begin to organize this political, social, and everything else party based on Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and